The universe is conspiring to give you everything you want. Abraham Hicks. Hi, I'm Melinda Van Fleet, and welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm an author, speaker, and success coach who helps women believe in themselves, build confidence, and take action. In 2009, my husband Ryan and I were laid off at the same time, and we moved to the Florida Keys without jobs, not knowing anyone, hardly any money, and we never even been here. But we made it. And now, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, but we're living our best lives. All along in our journey, I've always said that someday, when we get our shit together, we will help others. So each week, my intent is to be relatable and bring you tactical tips, tools, share my learnings and stories that can help inspire or transform you wherever you are in your career or general life and make an impact. I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. So what's stopping you? Real quick, before we begin, I am super excited about the release of my first book, Confidence Mastery for Couples, a roadmap to a more intimate relationship. And this book releases March 9th. Stay tuned for more about it and other confidence-related books that I will be releasing every 3 months. And I'm going to put a link to my website in the show notes. Now on to the podcast. Thanks in advance for listening. Hi everyone, and welcome. I am so pumped to talk about this topic today on the podcast, and that is vision boards. It dawned on me, maybe it's been probably 3 weeks now, 2 weeks. Time goes by so fast. That I have never done a podcast on vision boards. And having a vision board is something that I have had for years. And I even technically had a vision board when I was younger. I would say probably in high school that I first started ripping stuff out of magazines, and instead of putting it on a board, I would just put it in a folder. And I would highly doubt that I knew what a vision board was. I can't remember like hearing that word when I was a kid. I just thought some pictures were cool and I wanted them, and I put them in a folder. And one of those pictures, and I always think about this, is of a center console boat. And when I was a kid, my mom, especially more than my dad, I can remember my mom saying this, when we would drive downtown Chicago on the weekends to go to the beach, my mom would say, boats are stupid. They're a waste of money. No one ever uses their boats. And I wanted a boat so badly. So I remember thinking, number one, she's always pretty negative, but I remember thinking, oh my God, someday I really want a boat. So I had taken this picture that I found in a magazine, just a random boat, and ripped it out and put it in a folder. And what do I have years later? A business with my husband that is based on fishing and having a boat. So anyhow, I always just have to laugh at that because, take that dang picture out of your magazine and put it in a folder or on a board, and you don't know what could happen. So again, it dawned on me that I had not done a podcast on vision boards. And a few weeks ago, I decided randomly to update my vision board. And I had done it in the summer of 2019. And I wish I would have taken more notes on it or put a date on it, but I do know that is when I put together that vision board because it has a picture of my car on it. And for me, I don't believe that having a car necessarily on your vision board is that much of a stretch. But for me, the car on the vision board was more about my statement of what I wanted to become in my life versus where I was. I had a minivan that I had bought in 2012 when I started repping full-time as an independent sales rep, a road rep in Florida, and I needed a better car, and a minivan was definitely a great vehicle to have for repping. I don't have any kids, but I had a minivan. So it was kind of a joke when I first got it. People were like, what? What do you mean you have like a minivan versus an SUV to be a sales rep? And honestly, having the minivan was awesome because of the doors And there is so much space in a minivan. It's crazy. So then when you don't have any children and you can just have all your samples and catalogs in your car full time, it was just such a time saver and great way to be organized. So the minivan served me very, very well. And I never really gave a shit if someone made fun of me because I was like, well, I am making a lot of money doing this job and I have a minivan and it's serving me really well. So I didn't really care. But as I was mentally moving away from being a full-time sales rep, and especially from working with the company that was the largest part of my sales rep business, that more and more was realizing that there was a toxic environment with very passive-aggressive behavior, and they were taking pretty much, not pretty much, but they took 40% of my commission. And weren't earning that. I was the one earning that on the road and dealing with all the customer service and all the things. So I was like, I'm moving away from this mentally. I know I want to get more into coaching and speaking full time. I want to start writing my books. So I put on my vision board a picture of the car I wanted that to me was a stake in the ground that I wasn't going to be a rep anymore. And that was a Chevy Tahoe versus buying another minivan because I knew I was going to need a new car soon. So that is how I know when I did the vision board, because then I ended up getting the Tahoe September 1st of 2019. So I knew I did the vision board before then because of the car being on there. So flash forward, I hadn't looked at the vision board at all. Like I'd been moving it around my house. Like sometimes it would just be like in this room or that room. And really I was just kind of moving it out of the way. I wasn't like looking at it or burning incense around it or anything. I just was moving it around my house. Sometimes it would be in our bedroom. Sometimes it would be against the wall. Sometimes it'd be in the spare bedroom or in the office, whatever. So again, a couple weeks ago, I decided to finally look at it and update it and see kind of what was on it. Well, I actually forgot that I had written with my handwriting, not typed, so I think that's important, written on note cards some other things that I wanted to put out there. And one of the things I wrote was the quote, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels." I'm going to repeat that. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I have always struggled with my weight. Not from a standpoint of that I was really heavy, because anyone looking at my pictures would be like, what is she talking about? She wasn't really heavy, but more of like a self-conscious, hiding, not wanting to get my picture taken, not wearing certain clothes, always feeling uncomfortable. Like if I was at the pool or the beach, like if I had to use the restroom, I'd have to put a cover up on and run up to the restroom. I always was uncomfortable with my weight, especially in my thighs and my arms. Definitely my trouble spots. And I had always been like, wow, it would be so great to be skinny. Like I always thought that, but it's really hard. It is hard to diet. It's hard to change eating habits. It is not an easy thing. There's a lot of mental in there. There's a lot of temptation, especially if you're a social person, you like to go out to eat or you drink. It's definitely, a really hard thing to change, to be that disciplined, to change your eating habits. And I had heard that quote and I thought it was really, really polarizing. Like it stopped me in my tracks because often I would eat something and be like, oh my gosh, why did I eat that? Was it even worth the calories? I just scarfed down those cookies. Was it even good? I ate potato chips. Oh, I didn't even like them. What was I doing? So to me, that quote, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels," was just really polarizing. And I knew I wanted to lose weight. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this quote on my vision board. And honestly, I forgot about it. So what ends up happening? What ends up happening is July 6th of 2020, so let's say a year, just because I don't have the dates written down, but I can guesstimate the timeline. A year later, I end up discovering through my friend Debbie a healthy lifestyle weight loss plan that I start, and within 3.5 months, lose over 40 pounds And now I'm in February of 2021 and I have still kept the weight off. So to me, that is achieving something that was on my vision board. So when I saw that note card, I was like, what? That is so crazy. I totally forgot that I had put that on my vision board. And sure as shit, it came true. It came true. Like the weight loss plan, the healthy lifestyle, weight release, however you want to put it, whatever feels good and you feel commitment, make that your way to address any of these programs. Came true. It came true. And I had forgotten about it. So it really made me laugh and really happy and really excited, which is exactly what you wish to create. That is your intention around a vision board. You wish to get excited, be happy, be optimistic about the future because you are an ultimate creator. You are the one that creates your reality. We all live in this multi-dimensional world. You can Google it. Some people say there's, 12 dimensions, 6 dimensions, 5 dimensions, whatever. But it's a multi-dimensional world and universe. And you have the potential to create whatever you want through the law of attraction. So if you put it out there and you have your mindset and your energy right, and then you do the work, like the weight just doesn't fall off, people. Like I had to actually take action when my friend Debbie told me about the program. I had to do it. I had to buy the program. I had to take the food. I had to follow the plan. I had to ask for help when needed, but I did the work and it worked. It all happened. Like it was crazy. So I truly believe, I've always believed in vision boards, but even when something like this comes true, being at, age 49, I never, ever, ever thought that I was going to be quote unquote skinny. And now I am. Like I really, it was really just a hope, of faith, of inspiration, and never really thought. Now I've got like all this clothes that don't fit me anymore because I have gone from a size 12, like a good size 12, maybe some days it was even a 14, it just depended, to definitely a size 8 and I think even a size 6. So clothes that I used to wear just don't even stay on my body anymore. So it's really kind of this amazing, magical thing that has happened. And I'm giving credit to the vision board. I am giving credit to the vision board. So I updated my vision board with a few things, mostly just bigger goals that I hadn't written on the note cards. So I really like the process of writing on the note cards. And then all of my pictures are really in relation to our dream house. Ryan doesn't care what it looks like. So sometimes I just say mine, but obviously he'd be with me. So our dream house, just to be really transparent, I'm not a big materialistic person. Maybe just because I've already had a lot of those things and it didn't really matter. I have a whole closet full of expensive handbags, designer handbags, and who the heck cares, right? So I'd rather just have a really nice house. So that's the main part of my vision board. And then obviously just other things about success, my books selling, helping people, having a nonprofit someday, things like that. So those are more handwritten on note cards versus actual pictures. So I want to give people the idea that you can just handwrite stuff on a note card, in a journal, and just, put it away for a year or so and see what happens. It'll be pretty amazing. And maybe put some low-level goals that, or desires, however you want to put it, that you think could be achievable in a shorter amount of time. And then think big, think really big. I'm 49. I definitely don't think I'm probably going to die till I'm at least 90, let's say. So what is that? 40 more years? Jeez Louise, that's a long time. So I got a lot of stuff I can accomplish, right? So I want you to think about that too. Don't think small, think really big. Think 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and just write it down. How fun is that? Just write it down and have fun and feel the energy. I'm having the chills now as I say this. So definitely just, write it down. You're not doing anything wrong by just writing these things down. So do it. Dream big. Like if you want to have a house in Italy someday, put it down. Like it'll be awesome if it came true, wouldn't it? And I believe it can. So put it down, say some prayers, put it out there to the universe, and get in the right energy and mindset, and then take the right actions. Like, you can't get a house in Italy if you don't actually talk to probably a real estate person or go to Italy and look, right? So whatever those actions are, look online, however you want to approach it, but do some actions to get there. And I think you'll be amazed at what the universe conspires in your favor to make happen. So I am heading to Indiana this week. So we're February week 1, right? To watch my 2 nieces who I love and adore. Sienna, she is 15. She just turned 15. And Sydney Bryn, who is 12. And we are going to do vision boards. So it came to me during meditation as an activity to do with my 2 nieces. They are I just adore them. I love them so much. And they have really kind of gotten into some of these different little spiritual tools, which is kind of funny because my sister really isn't into anything. She doesn't judge or shun, but she's just not, into stuff, let's say. But I had brought my oracle cards with me last February when I watched them, and they really liked doing them. Even my older niece, and that was kind of a surprise, but they both liked pulling their angel cards and listened, and then we meditated a couple times. And then when they came to visit me in September, we pulled our cards again. So that was great. And then they wanted cards for Christmas presents. So I got each of them a deck. I got Sienna an angel oracle deck, and then Sydney Bryn, I bought her a deck from Gabby Bernstein. I think Universe Has Your Back, because I thought that would be good for her. And then they could, flip back and forth and share. And then Sienna wanted crystals for her birthday, which was in January. So I bought her this really nice box of crystals that I had bought for myself off of Amazon that comes with a chakra chart and then a crystal book. So it does the box that doesn't come with the crystal book, but I bought the crystal book. So yeah, so they're really like kind of getting into some of these fun tools, and that's it. They're fun tools. They're really fun tools because you can create a vision board even if you're not spiritual. I mean, what the heck, right? It's just a vision board. It's just putting things on a board that you like and you like to look at and you desire. And so you can, anyone can create a vision board. There's no like, oh my gosh, you have to, believe in your spirit team or whatever. So anyhow, so I think we're going to have a really fun time doing that. And then I will see if they wish to share and we'll go from there. But maybe that could be a Facebook Live if they are interested in sharing. So if you haven't been following me on Facebook, I am doing Facebook Lives. I try every morning to do a Facebook Live. Unless my schedule doesn't permit, then the time will just be different. But I hope you check them out. I'm definitely sharing a lot more stories and tips, similar to a podcast, just really quick on video, which I think has been a really great thing also too in regards to me continuing to build my confidence. And I talk about confidence a lot. So when you start to have things happen on your vision board, your confidence continues to grow. So keep that all in mind too. But I hope you love this podcast. Please share. Please reach out to me. Let me know if you've put together a vision board in the last few years, if some things have come true, or if you are going to redo your vision board and up-level it, add some new things. Maybe some things need to come off. I don't know. Maybe you're not interested in a couple things. Whatever. It's your vision board. That's the thing. It is your vision board. And you are the ultimate creator. And that is my affirmation for this podcast, is that you are the creator. So you can repeat this to yourself as many times as you desire. I am the ultimate creator. I am the ultimate creator. And when you really start to believe that and feel in the energy, you'll start to see things start to shift and change. So please check out my other podcast. It's called Confident Conversations. I am over the moon excited that I finally decided to rebrand that from Crush It in Sales. It's definitely helps further close a door on a chapter. And I love it. It opens a door. It opens a door for me to chat with more people that I have amazing relationships with and bring them on the podcast to share with the audience. So definitely check that out. It's called Confident Conversations. And my website is goodkarmasuccesscoach.com. If you go to my website, there is a free Believe and Take Action daily guide that I use those tools, and I put together a guide to share with others. And that will put you also on my Good Karma Confidence mailing list and keep you informed of all things happening. So I would love to hear from you. You can feel free to reach out to me at info@melindavanfleet.com. And keep in mind that my private one-on-one coaching is available, and I am working on a program to attack, and I mean attack, triggers and mind loops, because that is huge. And if you can figure out how to nip at those triggers and mind loops, then you will start to be in positive energy on positive railroad tracks more often, and all these good things will start to happen for you. So again, please share this podcast with someone else who you know may benefit from it, and reach out to me. So thank you so much for listening. You can follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. And until next week, be grateful, curious, always be learning, and you know what? Have some fun too. Thanks for listening.